It's a trend that has been building for quite a few years now, and it has really picked up momentum, so much so that it almost dominates the marketplace now. It's called casual luxury. And what casual luxury is a departure from the formality of luxury of old. It's a disconnect from old world values, and it's a structural change in the way luxury is looked at, particularly by some generations. Now, this trend has really developed in the clothing industry, and you see it with embroidered clothing, ripped clothing, logo clothing. You see it in streetwear, urban wear. You see it with the use of backpacks everywhere that are stylish, and particularly in footwear sector, where we see sneakers now dominate lots of the footwear that's being marketed by certain brands. Now, why is this happening? It's a shift in our lifestyle. It's a shift in dress codes. It's a shift in attitudes toward work. And all of this means major changes for luxury brands. Now, before you dismiss the old world luxury and say that luxury is completely in this direction, I want to remind you of something. There are many brands that have emerged in the lifestyle sector, and I would call the casual luxury sector, and they've gone away. And they've gone away because it's an easy place to make a splash, but it's a challenging place to maintain a position, maintain longevity, and to grow in. Because as you are redefining luxury with your product, you also have to redefine luxury in many other areas. So while you might see things like puffy jackets and jogger wear out there, and you might say, wow, this is a shift in what people want to buy, it's also a shift in what companies need to do in order to enter the marketplace. It means that the barrier to entry might be a little lower than it once was. You just have to present a more artistic approach and more interesting approach, and you also are vulnerable because your name might not mean the same as an old world name. I was staying in a hotel, and it was certainly a hotel that represented the casual luxury trend. It was beautiful. It had beautiful real estate. It had a restaurant that featured organic selections. It was focused on natural resources everywhere from its water reservoir to the toiletries that were used, the reclaimed wood, the design in the place. It was really a very, very nice place. The problem, though, is that while it was presented as a very high-end place, it didn't feel high-end because of the people who were there. As I often say, if you focus just on the thing, you're going to lose in the luxury market because you have to go beyond the thing. So what do you do in a market where things have shifted, where you can play in a new sector or a new aspect of the sector, where you can dabble in this casual luxury area and potentially grow, and you can compete with old world brands who are trying to figure this out and trying to introduce new products and services and designs and celebrities and all these things to take advantage of this trend. What do? Well, there are three things you have to remember about casual luxury. And the first thing you have to remember is that you're still selling luxury, which means you still have to show the customer and the client that what they're buying is above something else. It's not at the level of something else, even though it might be streetwear, even though it might be a sneaker design or a backpack or a puffy jacket or any number of things, or ripped jeans. You still have to demonstrate that what you offer is above the norm. Now, how do you do that? Well, the first step is you have to pay more attention to cachet. Why is this product a luxury? That must be in your dialogue, that must be in your scripting, that must be in your story as a company, that must be part of the narrative that defines your brand. Luxury brands typically have a pedigree, they have a history, there's a reasoning behind it. Now, you've got to figure out what that is for your brand. And you have to articulate that, you have to make it visible, you have to make it clear, and you have to make it present for the customer. They have to be able to know that there's a reason why I'm paying more. I'm paying more because these are designs from a particular artist. This is a limited edition. This is a great fabric. This is whatever it is. The cachet has to be clear. But going back to the hotel example, you also have to have something that's really crucial today, and that is a great experience. This is an experience economy. People buy today based on experiences. We want rich, enduring, memorable, meaningful experiences in everything we do. So you have to make sure that you create an experience for the client that they never forget. The hotel experience that I was referring to earlier, I didn't forget it. I didn't forget it because it was bad. The people who were interacting with me were not particularly well trained. They didn't have luxury on their lips. They didn't have luxury in their style. They were good looking people. They were standing in a good looking place. They had cool music playing, but I didn't feel a luxury experience from interacting with them. In fact, I felt like I was dealing with a bunch of confused people trying to figure out what the policy was, how to approach things, and not really knowing how to provide service. You have to go beyond, hey guys, there's more to providing an experience than that. If I'm paying top prices, and if your clients are paying top prices, they want to feel the experience. They want to know that this is something that is worth paying for. They don't just want to feel that it's expensive. So the second piece of how you sell casual luxury is really paying attention to the experience. Now, the third piece many brands fall down on, and that is what I would call cultivation. They just don't cultivate clients. How often have you stayed in a hotel and then outside of their main brand, you've been contacted by someone at the hotel to welcome you back, to tell you about a brunch they have coming, or a fashion show that they're doing, or to invite you to take advantage of something else, or the general manager contacts you? It doesn't happen. The concierge, I mean, there's so many people going through these hotels, of course, that it's a difficult thing to do. But luxury clients, one of the things that makes a great luxury brand is the fact that people remember the experiences they had with the craft person, with the new design that came out a particular year, with the attention to detail that was given. That's all cultivated. That's not a drive-by experience. Those are cultivated relationships. How are you enjoying the bag? Well, send us some photos. We'd love to see how it looked. How did you enjoy the travel? Hey, I know it's your birthday. We haven't heard from you, and we'd love to have you come in so we could celebrate your birthday. Something that demonstrates that you care about the person, the experience while they're there and the experience after they're there is important. These are crucial elements for casual luxury. And while the products, the services, the experience, if you will, might be designed to be more casual, behind the scenes, it must be orchestrated. It must be clear that you know what you're doing. And this must be part of your strategic planning. So what are those three things that I said that are so important? The first is cachet. Making sure that your casual luxury product and service has cachet, your clients know why, and you are presenting that so that they can go away and tell people that's why. That's why I stay at this hotel. That's why I went to this resort. That's why I went to this restaurant. That's why I'm wearing these clothes. Give them something to understand about the product or service. The second thing is experience. The experience begins with the sales conversation, and it continues with service, with operational excellence, and the ongoing nurturing of that relationship, which moves us into the third issue, which is cultivating them as a long-term luxury client. Luxury clients become long-term clients because they develop loyalty to the brand. But first, the brand must demonstrate that they're really special, they care about the client, and there's a reason to stay in touch. If you like this tip, give me a thumbs up. Let me know you like it. Share it with someone in your network. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. I have a lot more here. I'll see you next time.